In this video, we'll show you how to pre-process multiple data files in a single batch. Once you have tried different pre-processing options on a subset of your data and chosen the ones that are more appropriate to your dataset, you will want to create a pre-processing pipeline that applies to your entire dataset. Having such a pipeline allows you to process all of your participants' data in the same way, with the same parameters and pre-processing step order. It is crucial to perform the process the same way for each participant in order to prepare for analyzing them together as a group later on. In Satori, this can be done by clicking on Tools and then Workflow Manager. On the left panel, you can find a list of all functions you can apply, grouped by category: loading the data, transformations from light intensity to HB concentration, pre-processing, post-processing, individual GLM, as well as tools to edit your experimental paradigm. To add a data analysis step, drag and drop the step you want to the blackboard on the right. If you selected the wrong step, you can delete it by selecting the function and pressing the delete key on your keyboard. You can also copy and paste functions with standard Windows keyboard shortcuts. Another way to add a function to the workflow is by using a context menu, which can be done by right-clicking on the blackboard and selecting the respective function. You can also use the filter at the top of the context menu to quickly find the function you want to add. Now let's load some data. You can load 3 types of data in the Satori Workflow Manager: raw light intensity data, optical density data, or concentration data. The type of data you have might depend on the NIRs system you are using. Because NIRx provides raw intensity data, let's use raw FNIRs data. To add datasets to analyze with your pipeline, click on the folder icon and select the data files you want to include. You can also go to your general folder and type star.snirf in the search tool and load all the SNIRF files at once. If you made an error, you can remove one or several datasets from the analysis pipeline by selecting them and clicking on the red X icon. The next step is to transform the raw data into optical density and HB concentration. We need to connect the two steps with a line to tell Satori that this step should be performed right after loading the data. On the right side of the Load Raw FNIRS dataset function, you can see a small circle indicating that raw data will be in the output. Click on the circle and hold down and drag your cursor to the similar small circle on the left of the Raw to OD function. The label on the right indicates the output of this step, and the label on the left indicates what this step takes as input. If the two match, we can go ahead and connect them. You can then continue to add as many steps as you need. For each step, the dedicated square will contain menus to set parameter values to apply. For example, if we add SCI channel rejection to OD and connect them, and then OD to CC, and connect them, and finally temporal filtering to CC. Connect them. We can now see that for the steps SCI channel rejection to OD, as well as temporal filtering CC, there are different parameters one can customize. Your pipeline doesn't have to be linear. One of the advantages of the Workflow Manager is that you can run multiple analyses at the same time and compare them. For instance, you could compare 2 channel rejection techniques and proceed with the analysis in parallel. Once you have added all the steps you need to clean your data, you can perform first-level GLM for all your participants from the workflow. Please watch the dedicated videos for more details on single-level GLM. Once you have added all your desired pre-processing steps and single-level GLM, you can finally save the pre-processed dataset using the Save FNIRS data function. Last, you can save your workflow by clicking the Save button on the bottom left of the Workflow Manager window. You can also run it right away by clicking on the Run button in the bottom right-hand corner of the Workflow Manager window. In the future, to modify or run previously saved workflows, click the Load button in the bottom left of the Workflow Manager window. Group or multi-study GLM can be run outside the Workflow Manager window by clicking on Analysis and then Multi-Study/Group GLM. That's all for the Workflow Manager. Thank you for your attention and see you in the following video.